DETV News is powered by DART, Delaware's transit service. Moving forward.
Delawareans, all of us, deserve to be able to trust our elected officials and know that rules and laws apply to everyone and apply to everyone equally.
Tonight, Meyer, candidate for governor, is calling for a federal probe into his opponent's campaign financing. Plus, Christina Care is taking a newly created hospital cost review board to court. And Nick Allesandrini is here with all your local sports headlines. Those stories and much more coming up tonight on DETV News. Good evening and welcome to DETV News. I'm Matt Ford. Thanks for joining us tonight. Here's what's making headlines today across the first state. Two Democratic candidates for governor here in Delaware clash this week, 6 weeks before the primary. At a Wilmington news conference, Newcastle County Executive Matt Meyer called for an investigation into Bethany Hall Long's, quote, near decade-long illegal conduct regarding campaign finances. Hall Long, Delaware's lieutenant governor, launched her campaign 10 months ago and acknowledged questions about her past campaign finances. A forensic review last week found improprieties, which she termed, quote, unintentional bookkeeping mistakes. Matt Meyer says Delawareans deserve leaders who follow the law, displaying a Post-it note at his press conference from Hall Long, apparently reminding herself to create receipts for 2021 and 2022. He noted that such actions under his administration would lead to termination and legal action. Hall Long denied personal benefit. DETV recently held an interview with Bethany Hall Long the other evening when she says the matter was, quote, straightforward, bookkeeping errors, and they have since been corrected. Recent polls show Hall Long leading in the governor's race. And in other news, State Representative Sophie Phillips of Delaware has urged Lieutenant Governor Hall Long to end her gubernatorial campaign after a damning audit revealing financial reporting issues. The forensic audit conducted by the State Department of Elections found apparently multiple inconsistencies and inaccuracies in Hall Long's campaign finances. Phillips, echoing other Democratic leaders, stated that Hall Long has, quote, repeatedly broken the law and broken our trust, referencing the $298,000 in undisclosed and fraudulent payments to her husband. She called for Hall Long to step down, citing concerns from constituents and colleagues about the lieutenant governor's suitability for office. Despite these allegations, the Delaware Democratic Party continues to support Hall Long's campaign. Hall Long has denied the claims, emphasizing her commitment to accountability and transparency. In other news tonight, Christina Care has filed a lawsuit in Delaware's Chancery Court challenging the legality of House Bill 350, which it claims infringes on state and federal rights. Signed into law on June 13th, the bill requires hospitals to submit detailed financial information to the newly established Diamond State Hospital Cost Review Board to control healthcare costs. Christina Care argues that the law forces private hospitals to disclose financial information and unfairly targets a few private hospitals. The Delaware House Republican caucus supports the lawsuit, criticizing the law as poorly conceived and forcing hospitals to seek fair consideration in court. Now, despite compromises from most healthcare providers, Christina Care opposes the law, calling the review board a politically appointed body with excessive power. House Speaker Valerie Longhurst and Senate Majority Leader Brian Townsend both expressed confidence that the review board will withstand legal scrutiny. And here now with tonight's sports, it's Tuesday, so you know what that means. Our friend Nick Allesandrini is in the house. Hey, Nick, how's it going?
Hey, Matt, excited to be back with you here on another Tuesday, and we're going to dive right in. Let's get started today with a little update on our Little League. The Delaware Majors now has that state champion that we talked about last week in MOT Little League. You can see the picture here. They are your Majors state champions here for the state of Delaware. They defeat Namens and Lewis last week to earn a trip to the Mid-Atlantic Regional that will be taking place in Bristol, Connecticut. They are going to open up play with your Maryland state champs on Sunday at 10 o'clock a.m. on ESPN Plus, so you can catch that action there. And that's not the only trip for MOT Little League here this year, as the 8, 9, and 10-year-olds also qualify for their East Regional and will head to Cranston, Rhode Island. You can check out their championship picture here. They defeated Brandywine Little League 4-2 on Saturday. But we're not done yet with MOT. The MOT Senior Softball All-Stars, they began action in the Senior World Series that was taking place here in Lower Sussex yesterday. They had a tough loss to start their tournament, but they are back in action right now as we speak on ESPN Plus, where they are taking on Latin America. You can see this picture of the girls, of course, having a great time down in Lower Sussex, and they are in action as we speak right now. MOT Little League with 4 state champions this summer. A heck of a job by MOT. Well, a star Delaware wide receiver following in the footsteps of a former star Delaware wide receiver, Jasir Rogers, the APA wideout, announced on X on Saturday that he's going to continue his academic and football career at Penn State. Rogers picked up the offer in June after an impressive camp performance. As you can see here, some of his highlights from his time at Red Lion. This APA Jaguar now this year is taking the same path as you might remember the former Middletown standout and current Tampa Bay Buccaneer Chris Godwin, who also went on to Penn State and then to the NFL. Rogers chose Penn State over offers from Indiana, JMU, and Robert Morris. So congratulations to Jasir. Also, girls flag football could be coming to the first state and in time for maybe this upcoming fall season. DMA and Padua reportedly in talks to debut the sport this year. And according to Sean Green from WDEL, the schools want to be on the ground floor of that first new girls DIAA sport since lacrosse in 1998. The NFL is going to partner with these schools as a sponsor. They're going to supply equipment, flags, footballs, and uniforms on top of a financial donation. 28 states have already made girls flag football a varsity sport or have debuted it in some fashion. So Delaware looking to be the next. And of course, flag football will be making its Olympic debut in 2028.
Ladies flag football. That's
right, we're making waves. Delaware girls wrestling and now flag football coming around.
Last week was pickleball and this week's flag football. All right.
Tons of new sports. What a time to be alive.
Right. Nick, thank you very much. In other news tonight, Delaware is one of 15 states affected by a significant recall involving vegetables and herbs potentially contaminated with listeria. The recall includes green beans, cucumbers, and various types of peppers. Major retailers such as Aldi, Walmart, and Kroger have pulled the affected produce from their shelves, cautioning shoppers across the Midwest and the East Coast, including, you guessed it, right here in Delaware, Pennsylvania, Jersey, and Maryland, among other states. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention advise that while most people can recover from listeria without medical intervention, certain groups should exercise greater caution. Young children, elderly adults, and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable to the bacteria's severe effects. Consumers are urged to check their refrigerators and dispose of any produce from Weir's Farm immediately. For refunds or more information, contact the retailer where your purchase was made. And after a recent crime along the Jack A. Markell Trail here in Wilmington, Newcastle County Police advise all using the path to keep your eyes open and remain vigilant. Newcastle County Police announced just last week that it has recently investigated several thefts and attempted thefts along the popular spot where residents can often be seen walking, biking, or running. The following safety tips were shared by police. They are: you want to keep your valuables out of sight, of course, travel with a partner whenever possible, and be cautious of unfamiliar individuals or activities. And if you notice anything suspicious, of course, you want to dial 911. Provide as detailed of a description as you possibly can to police to create that report. And the Delaware Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control has confirmed the first detection of West Nile virus in sentinel chickens for the 2024 year. 8 chickens sampled by DENREC's Mosquito Control Section tested positive by the Delaware Division of Public Health Laboratory. The infected chickens were found at 5 of the 20 sentinel stations statewide, with 3 in Newcastle County, 1 in Kent County, and 1 in Sussex County. Despite no human cases in Delaware this year, DENREC warns of continued risk until mid-October. The public is urged to take precautions against mosquito-borne illnesses. Now listen to this one. Is it safe to swim in Delaware beaches? Well, according to a study by personal injury lawyers, the first state ranks as one of the most dangerous for swimming at our beaches. Using data from the U.S. Life-Saving Association, the study found the first state to be the 9th most hazardous state for beachgoers in the country. Between the years 2021 and 2023, Delaware's beaches saw 12.9 million visitors and over 2,000 rescues. Oregon topped the list, followed by New York, while Connecticut ranked actually as the safest state. Delaware's neighboring states also ranked high in danger. Maryland was third, Virginia ranked fourth on the list, and New Jersey was not far behind, coming in seventh in the most dangerous states for swimming. How about that? And before we leave you tonight, if you're a coffee fan in the Wilmington area, well, you're in luck. The city's newest cafe, the Beanhead Coffee Bar, held a ribbon-cutting ceremony last week to commemorate its official opening. Present were co-owners Aaron Cottis and Samantha Mihu, who recently relocated from Miami to downtown Wilmington right here and brought with them a wealth of industry experience. While Cottis has worked at renowned establishments in Miami, New York, and even abroad in France, Mihu's background as a mixologist has taken her from Chicago to the bars of Miami. Together, the two plan to create an assortment of coffees and homemade baked goods right here in Delaware, promising exotic flavors, visually stunning presentations, and premium coffee beans. Also present at the ribbon cutting was Wilmington Mayor Mike Przicki and City Councilman James Spadola, who wished the entrepreneurs luck on their new journey.
Looks like it's really going to bring the neighborhood together more than they already are as a tight neighborhood. It's great, people are coming in right off 95. This is essentially their entrance into Wilmington, and there's so many office workers right around, so I'm really open for its success.
And much like Councilman Spadola, we also wish our new friends at Beanhead the best moving forward. To learn more about their business and to visit them, head to beanheadcoffeebar.com. Nick, are you a big coffee fan?
You know what, Matt? I am not a big coffee fan. If I told you my alternative, say I'm the same way. If I told you my alternative, you might not like it. So,
mine's Mountain Dew.
Energy drinks.
All right,
We're close. We're close. I'm still trying to digest that beach report that you were talking about. That is crazy news to me. I'm gonna have to tailor my trips down to the beach.
Be careful.
Or go to Connecticut. Maybe I'm going to Connecticut.
That's where we gotta go. Well, thank you very much for the sports report. Good stuff there.
Happy to be back.
Flag football coming.
That's right. Girls flag football coming. Delaware football getting their training camp underway today. Dell State is underway. Of course, August tomorrow. So it's that time of the year. And one of my favorite times of the year.
Yeah.
Football is just around the corner. And of course, the U.S. doing a good job. 23 Olympic medals so far and counting. So again, good luck to all of our United States taking part in the Olympics.
Good stuff. Thank you, Nick.
Of course.
I'll see you next week.
With you. Absolutely.
All right. That's going to do it for this edition of DETV News. Don't forget, for news anytime, be sure to follow us all across your favorite social media platforms.
That's right. And for a look at what's happening all around Delaware, you can visit our website at detvch.com. And if you have a comment, question, or a news tip, or even a sports story, share it. Drop us a line at press@detvch.com.
That's right. You heard him. For Nick and all of us here at DETV, I'm Matt Ford. We'll see you right back here Thursday night. Take care. We don't talk about prostate cancer enough, and it's the most diagnosed form of cancer and the second most common cause of cancer death among black men in both Delaware and the United States. Approximately 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, but just by asking your healthcare provider if you should get a screening could help you detect prostate cancer early and save your life. So let's talk about it. Talk to your healthcare provider today about a prostate cancer screening if you are 40 years of age or older, or have a family history of prostate cancer. If you don't have insurance, or if your insurance doesn't pay for cancer screenings, Screening for Life may provide you with the screenings that you need, and nurse navigators make this process easier. To learn more, visit healthydelaware.org/prostate or call 211. Ask your healthcare provider about a prostate cancer screening, and you're asking for so much more.
My name is Jason Aviles, and I am the founder and owner of Fly Yogi, and I'm here to share with you some tips to be able to help fight opioid addiction. Opioid addiction is a real growing problem here in America, and I'm here to share with you some tips that you can be able to integrate into your everyday life to really fight against opioid addiction. One of the first things is redeveloping your mindset. One of the practices that I like to use daily is meditation. And what meditation does is it brings you clarity of mind, and it helps keep you grounded, and it improves your ability to make decisions that you are going to benefit from. A lot of the time we find that addiction is rooted in our mindset. It's rooted in how we think and how we perceive, and therefore how we act. So this is a really good way to help fight against that energy of addiction. The second thing is improving your lifestyle through diet and exercise. At the very root of addiction, there is substances within the body that's causing the addiction on a physical level. When we begin to introduce healthier foods, plant-based foods, we begin to remove and detox the substances that are in our body that's causing and attracting the addiction. So through incorporating more fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, and even drinking water on a daily basis, you're going to put your body in a state where it's going to be able to fight the root causes of these addictions. The second part is exercise. Exercise is good for mood. It's good for energy. It's good to increase vitality. It's good to get your heart pumping and get your blood flowing and get oxygen moving throughout the body. So through engaging in physical exercise, complemented by incorporating healthier foods, you're putting your body and your mind in a state where it does not want what's causing these things that are manifesting negatively in your life. So addiction can really be decreased by just incorporating a healthier lifestyle through diet and nutrition, exercise, and then also making sure that you're tackling the mind through mindset, through meditation.